Today I am with Joe Beer in his sports science gym. Joe has been a professional coach for nearly 20 years and we have found time in his busy schedule for a chat. How are you, Joe?
Hello, I am good, thanks. A little busy even at this time of year.
Why is that, Joe? Most of the season is over.
No, but I spend all my day voting for myself on the Triathlon Coaches Awards website. I must win.
Oh well, let's move on then. You have had a lot of success in coaching some fine world-class athletes in your time, and also some world-class pie-eaters such as Hoey J. What are the challenges?
Well, I have to say they are quite similar in that we have to talk to the athlete to define their goals for the year and work backwards to where they are now and design a plan to get them to their potential, and in Hoey's case, work a long way back.
Okay, a bit harsh. What are your preferred training methods?
Well, I use heart rate zones, and all of my students will say to me I am very specific about training in zone. And after every session I want their heart rate data on the diary, or I throw my toys out of the pram.
So you can be quite strict then, Joe?
Oh, yes, very. I even have my little boy into training now. He loves crawling on the floor with his little heart rate monitor on, and we have special sessions for him.
That's fascinating, Joe. Is he training for a special event? How old is he?
Yes, he is learning to walk and is only 10 months old, and he already understands how to repeat 3 repetitions of zone 3 for 30 seconds on the bouncy chair.
Start them young, eh? What about special diets? Are you interested in these for your athletes?
Of course I am. Anything new out that week, we look into all the published athletic and body science journals and then contact the company for freebies. If we get them, we say how fantastic the product is. If we do not, then we say it's rubbish.
Am I right in saying one of your students was on the beetroot diet?
Yes, and it worked well. Their performance improved by 36.62% in training because the effect on the body was to make them go for a tinkle often, so they had to ride their bike quickly to get home. Especially after an hour they would want a number 2 as well. It really does leave the body cleansed.
Any side effects, Joe?
Well, maybe 1 or 2. Nothing serious. It does leave your toilet stained red forever, but hey, no pain, no gain.
What about your less able, fuller-figured, chubby athletes? What was their regime?
We had to be very clever and design training routes that did not go near any cake shops or curry houses, otherwise we would lose the chubby sod for hours. But we have found that fat athletes are fitter than skinny ones.
That is amazing. Tell me more.
Well, it is easy. For a fat chubby chops weighing 120 kilos, for instance, his heart rate will often be in zone 3 for longer than an athlete weighing 60 kilos. And in a long-distance event, chubby chops Johnson will often be out on the road twice as long as the whippet. Therefore he must be working twice as hard for twice as long to get those pies off his lardy bottom. It's all in the science, which is why I am the super coach I am.
You mentioned Hoey Johnson there. Is he a typical cyclist?
Well, not really. Have you seen the size of him? We had to work hard to change his diet from pies and curry to pasta and rice. He has done well and lost 5 pounds this season. I know he is not a great climber, but he can descend like a stone. Only because the little brakes on his bike cannot stop him.
Do you get in touch with your students in other ways?
Oh, yes. I love gadgets, so we use lots of those gadget things to make me look clever. We have telephone chats once a week, where I say do more training, and I am on the podcast once a month. Very clever it is. I have my chum pop over and we cobble together our chats as we drink scrumpy.
Is that why the sound is not so good?
Pardon? Sound is fine to us. And every year we have training camp. Well, I say camp, it is boot camp for the students. I make them swim up and down all day and I sit by the pool shouting abuse, drinking duty-free Bacardi. And at night, When they are tucked up in bed crying to go home, we go out on the lash and party until dawn. Fantastic time we have there.
Thank you for that fascinating behind-the-scenes peek of how an endurance coach works.
Thank you. Now, if you mind, I need to get back onto the Triathlon website and enter myself as Coach of the Year. Celia off your lardy big fat pudding.